Hey, what's up, friends? At the beginning of the year, we did a video on our prediction for the top 10 trends for the next decade. And one of the things that we talked about in there was voice control, and in particular, Josh.ai. We're huge fans of Josh.ai. If you're following us online right now on Instagram, you're seeing a lot of our projects we're outfitting with Josh.ai. And part of the reason for that is this demo that we got to see at a dealer-only convention. We got a sneak peek at a really cool demo of Josh.ai, and they actually invited our team back to film the demo, and they gave us permission to share it here on our YouTube channel. So we're going to share that with you. Make sure you leave your comments and questions in the comments after the video. We'd love to hear what you think.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Josh booth. My name is Jason. For those of you who don't know, Josh is a privacy-focused home control system. We specialize in natural voice control, and today we are going to show how Josh can actually be the standalone control system here in this room. So everything that you see here, from the Ketra lights to the Lutron Palladium shades, to the music coming through the Sonos amp and through these Sonance speakers, including the barcode projector behind me, is controlled directly by Josh. On the wall here is Josh Micro. That is our processor, speaker, microphone, and touch controller all in one. So let's get into it. Okay, Josh, stop the music and open the shades and say hello.
Music stopped. Opening the shades. Hello everyone. It's nice to meet you.
So a lot of things just happened there. Firstly, you might have noticed that Josh is actually speaking to us through the in-ceiling speakers. This is a feature we launched earlier this year, and it's called VoiceCast. We worked directly with Sonos to produce this feature, and we can actually route Josh's voice through the Sonos amp and through any embedded speaker. Secondly, I gave what's known as a compound command. What that simply means is that I can string together multiple actions into the same sentence. So for example, I just told it to close the shades, open the shades rather, stop the music, and I also hit a custom scene where Josh said hello to you guys. Now, what's powering that is what's known as a natural language processing engine, or NLP for short. We've been working on our NLP for the past 8 to 10 years, and that allows us to not only customize how Josh speaks to you, as well as how we speak to Josh. So for example, I might call these the ceiling lights, he might call them the down lights, you might call them the overhead lights, but if I say any of those names, Josh understands on the back end that I mean these lights. Now I can apply that sort of logic to any sort of device, scene, or room, and we can actually have as many of those nicknames as we would like. So let's go ahead and try a scene command. Okay, Josh, start gallery mode.
Sure thing. Here's gallery mode.
So as the room begins to change over here, you'll notice that we're doing a lot of things with this scene. Firstly, the shades are closing, the overhead lights have turned off, and these two spotlights have turned on to focus on the artwork on the walls. In this room, we feature Ketra lighting, and for this section of the demo, I'm actually not going to use voice control. Instead, I'm going to use our Josh app on the iPad to do something really cool. Now, Ketra lighting has a very special feature called Vibrancy Control. And what that allows me to do is actually change the feeling of a particular piece of artwork, or even the feeling of the entire room. So as I pull up the lights that control that, the art lights, I'm going to begin by setting that spotlight to a very cool bright white. For this demo, we will be focusing on the artwork here at the front of the room. If I go back here, I'm going to begin by changing the color temperature of that Ketra light from a cool white to a warm white. And as I do so, it takes on a whole new feeling. Let me reset that back to where it was. And this time, instead of changing the temperature of the light itself, I'm going to do a little magic trick. I'm actually going to pull out colors from the painting. Now, this is called dynamic vibrancy control. And I can go ahead and raise that right here within our own app. And as I do so, you'll notice that the color of the light itself does not change, but the painting has become instantly so much more vibrant. This is a feature that is exclusive to Ketra lights, and we are very excited to feature that here today. Now, if you focus back on the painting, I will actually decrease that vibrancy back to where it was before. And as I do so, you will notice just how drastic of a change that really was. Other cool things I can do with Ketra include this. Okay, Josh, set the lights to 2700 Kelvin.
The lights are now set to 2700 Kelvin.
Now that was not a scene, that was an actual valid command. I can say 1000 Kelvin, I can say 4000 Kelvin, I can say 2700 Kelvin, but you can also say make the lights warmer, like make the lights cooler. Okay, Josh, make the lights chartreuse.
Now chartreuse.
Now I can also change the color of the lights, and that by itself is not all that impressive. However, you'll notice that when I gave that command, the LED ring on the Josh Micro actually turns into a rainbow. That's because now it's touch capacitive, and as I drag my finger along, I can actually change the color of the lights within this room. There we go. So anything that you can do by voice, you can also do by touch or through the app. But let's reset this to a more pleasant, warm white. Okay, Josh, set the lights to warm white.
The lights are now set to warm white.
For the next portion of the demo, I'm going to be using my phone and the Josh app to seamlessly and very easily create a complex command, scene rather. So traditionally, if you wanted to create a scene, you would have to go through some proprietary software, go through several submenus, click and drag a lot of things, and set device states. What's cool about Josh is that with our NLP engine, we can actually create a scene with plain English just by telling Josh what we want it to do. So let's go ahead and create a scene here. I'm going to call it Good Morning. And then I will simply tell it what I want it to do. Make the lights cool white, set it to 100%, open the shades, and listen to Radiohead and set the volume to 50%. And I'll just quickly check for any typos here because I believe that's important. All right, we're good. Now I can also set other nicknames for the scene. It doesn't have to be Good Morning. Josh is also smart enough to know that Good Morning is a very common scene, and it will actually give you a customized response based on that name. Okay, Josh, good morning.
Have a great morning.
All right, and we'll see that the shades start to come up. The lights turn cool white as they begin to brighten, and you will hear the music start to change. So let's move along from morning to evening time, and we'll try a different scene. Okay, Josh, initiate house party protocol.
Initiating.
So we have the Ketra lights going on a rainbow loop over here. The Barco projector behind me will switch to a different input and show a music video. Shades are coming down, and of course we have loud music playing because it's a party. And in an environment like this, it's traditionally been very hard to give accurate voice commands. That's why we have a feature called audio ducking that allows us to actually lower the volume of any audio source of the room that you're in when Josh hears the wake word. Okay, Josh, lower the volume a lot.
I've lowered the volume.
And because I just gave a music command, I can actually walk over to the micro and manually lower the volume like this. Other cool things that we can do include scheduling actions for the future. So I can say, okay, Josh, open the shades in 10 seconds.
Will do.
I could also easily say, open it in 10 minutes, in 10 hours, at 10 p.m., 10 minutes after sunset. You get the idea. And after 10 seconds, the shades start to go up. Lastly, we have a programmable single tap and double tap function. By default, a single tap will turn on the microphone so that you can actually give a voice command without saying the wake words, and a double tap will mute the microphone. In our demo, we've programmed it so that a single tap runs the end party scene, just like that. And as the projector turns off, the music switches, and the lights dim, It is time to end this demo, but before you all go, I would like to mention that there are so many other new features we could not fit into this demo today. Luckily, we have several other partner booths here on the show floor today with their own Josh demo. Those include Lutron, Sony, Yamaha, and for the very first time we have live TV control, and you can find that over at Dish and Xfinity. Thank you very much for coming today.
That was cool, right? I told you it would be. Let us know in the comments what your favorite part was.